Are you a left brain or a right brain person? This is Tracy with Tracy Talks, a podcast about life, looking at life from a new perspective to gain wisdom and understanding in hopes to know yourself more. I find it interesting the topics that are relevant, things that used to be a taboo topic. We hear discussions as if it's just normal, which is really good that we can feel free enough to talk about how women's health changes as we age. There has been a lot more open discussion about menopause and how our bodies change and the symptoms that we experience and how it's normal. But for so long, nobody really talked about it. Many women suffer in silence or don't understand because there wasn't open discussions. But something that I'm finding interesting for me is I've been hearing a lot of talk about brain fog and not having the mental capacity or thought process to really work through or find words. There just seems to be a disconnect in how we think and how we operate. In my younger years, I would probably have considered myself a left brain person where I was just very logical, mathematical. Those types of subjects were easier for me to work through and process. And even now, I consider myself fairly good with technology. If I don't understand something, I can do some searches, I can figure it out, and I can understand what I need to do, which I consider a very left brain function. Recently, I had needed to electronically sign some documents, and I needed to do it in a relatively quick way. I needed to get it back. I needed just to take care of it. It was literally a one-click process, but my brain couldn't figure it out. I couldn't interpret what I was supposed to be doing. It was the craziest feeling because I knew that it had to be easy. I was overcomplicating it and I couldn't figure it out. But I will say recently I have been in my right brain. I have been writing. I have been connecting to the creative side of me. I've been working on my house. I've been changing decorations. I have been looking at color schemes and textures and how I want my room to feel. And I've just been in a creative, expressive mode. And it just made me realize tonight that, we talk about, as women in aging, and we talk about our hormones and our chemical balances and, what is going on in our body. But we don't really talk about how we express ourselves differently as well. So in these discussions about changing needs and the chemical changes in us, we're not talking about what our body is trying to tell us. And for me, I feel like that I have been accumulating all of these experiences in my life. I've been accumulating, 40, 50 years of knowledge and wisdom and understanding And now I'm at a point in my life where I'm supposed to take all of that and express it in whatever form it needs to come out in. Maybe I need to put it in a painting. Maybe I need to write a poem. Maybe I need to try a new recipe in the kitchen. Maybe I need to plant some more flowers in my garden instead of the left brain functions. I mean, I feel like our biology and our bodies are literally telling us, you know what? This is a time in your life where turn off the left brain, and it's literally shutting it down for us. And we're trying to turn it back on. We're trying to go, you know what? I want to fight this. I still want to do this. When our body is like, no, you've earned this. How can you take all of this wisdom that is inside of you, and how can you express it and share it with the world? I just had never really put that together for me until the other day when I was like, why can't I figure out how to sign this document? I mean, it was crazy. I couldn't connect the dots in my brain. I couldn't put the information together. I felt like I couldn't function, and that's not typical for me. It's not typical for me to not even be able to know where to go or what to do or where to find out the information. I just felt like I had hit a wall. And a lot of times I don't want to be doing the left brain functions anymore. I don't. I want to be in this creative space where I feel like I have more freedom. And that's interesting when you think about it, because oftentimes at left brain, you have a set of rules and you have to follow the rules, and it's a very defined playground in which you stay. The creative side, the right brain, we have freedom in our expression and how we show up and what is happening, and there's no rules, and it's fluid, it's changing, it's evolving. That's where I want to be now. I don't want this regimented schedule. I don't want to just show up from 9 to 5 and just give. I don't want to be there. And I don't think I'm the only one who feels that. I don't want to be in that environment. It feels too taxing on my soul. What is that saying? The early bird gets the worm. And my attitude right now is, okay, I'll just eat a berry. I mean, whatever. I'm not going to overextend myself to push myself into someplace I have no desire to be. I have no desire to be in that environment. Remember when we were kids and adults would threaten us with something? I can't imagine reversing back time now and because if somebody threatens me with something, I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't care. Those are your rules. Those are arbitrary rules that somebody set up and nobody even knows why they're there. It's that left brain mentality. And it feels like my body, my physical body, is redirecting me to the right brain. And I want to be in that fluid space. I want to be in that creativity where I can simply allow things to flow, the energy to flow. And maybe entering into this second half of life, isn't about keeping a schedule, and it isn't about how much can I do in a day, but it's about how much of the day can I spend in joy. Thank you for listening to this podcast of Tracy Talks. Please like and share with others who would enjoy listening to this podcast. And until next time, we meet again.